Willie D live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, just ran MAGA hot. I'm talking about they are fish grease hot at him. What did he do this time? Family, he called them dumb to their faces. Yeah, and guess what they did? Some of them, at least, like seals. Yeah. So dumb, they don't even know when they're being insulted. Check it out, fam.
Minnesota, all over California. Wait till you see what we're coming up with in California. Gavin Newsom is not good.
Real quick, Gavin Newsom. It's Gavin Newsom, for those of you who don't know. But he calls him Gavin Newsom. This is the president of the United States, hurling unprovoked insults at a governor in the United States because he don't like him. He gives him a nickname to poke fun of him. This is so damn childish. This dude is so immature. It is madness here, fam. But we try to tell our youngsters to pack fair. We try to tell them to be kind and considerate. But the dude that's sitting in the White House, in the highest office in the land, behaves like a childhood or a, better yet, schoolyard bully.
But he gave the worst interview a month ago. Did you see it? Where he said he was incompetent, he can't read, he can't write, he can't do it. He said he's horrible for testing. We should give him a cognitive test. I took 3 of them, aced all of them, by the way. 3 of them. You know, I'm the only president to take a cognitive test because I don't think Obama could pass it. I don't. Didn't he get into Harvard with a C average? I don't know. What's that? I don't think he could pass it. I don't think, well, Biden isn't. Give me a break. You know, the first question is very easy. It's a lion, a giraffe, a bear, and a shark. They say, which one is the bear? And everybody says, oh, 30 questions. Everyone says, very standard. It's a very standard test, but very tough around those last 10 questions. Not too many people, even in this very room, unlike Newsom, I'll say, this room of geniuses. He said, I'm in a room of dumb people. That was not good. That was not good. You know what happened to him after that? It wasn't a pretty, but I'm in a room of brilliant people, but a lot of you wouldn't have been able to answer those 10 questions. And when I got the score in the test, the doctor said, wow, I've never seen, you know, you have 5 doctors lined up. They're all over the place.
Okay, let's get this lie out of the way real fast. First of all, Obama graduated magna cum laude. Okay, that's top tier. That's top tier. Trump, on the other hand, says he graduated at the top of his class at Wortham Business School, and nobody can find any records of him graduating at the top. He was not listed in any of the special honors, on any of the special honors list. But according to him, he finished at the top of his class. And he talks about this cognitive test. He's being the only president to take one. Yeah, because he's probably the only president that needed one. Well, I'd say those slave owners needed one too. But anyway, I'm moving on. You know, he insulted his people to their faces. But now that some of them realize what happened to him, and now that people online calling him out, they got some fake outrage coming out now. You know, they're mad that he said that about him. He made them look stupid. And that's hard to do, to make them look stupid, like to make people that are already stupid look stupid. That's kind of hard to do. But I'll tell you this, I'm actually with him on this one. Every once in a while, he accidentally says something truthful. Every once in a while. So I do believe that he is smarter than the people that follow him. Yeah. That's why they follow him. They follow him because they think he's smarter, right? Yeah, think about it, fam. You don't follow people that that you're light years ahead of, knowledge-wise. You typically follow people who can teach you something new, right? You don't follow somebody just because they appear to be tough, because they can beat you with the pen and they can sick the police. So they ain't tough themselves. Ain't nothing about them tough. Not at all. They're not tough at all. They hide behind the pen. They hide behind the Secret Service and law enforcement and all these type of people. But put them out on the street by themselves, mano a mano, one man against the other, man, they'll take a dump smooth in their pants. That's why you see a lot of these dudes who are misfits. A lot of these dudes that wouldn't have a chance in the world if they were in school, like trying to get the girl, they wouldn't have a chance in hell. They was not that dude in school. That's why some of them work so hard. I mean, they outworked, I got to give it to them. A lot of them out hustled the average guy because their whole motivation was to pay back. I got to get them back. And the way I'm going to get them back is I'm just going to be successful. And I'm going to get as much money as I can. And I'm going to become the president. And I'm going to pay everybody back that's ever did anything bad to me or said something bad. What was that guy in Paid in Full? Dude said, what did he say in Paid in Full? He said something like, anybody ever looked at me wrong, I'm gonna kill him. Like, yeah, a lot of those dudes are built like that. They're not the guy that the girls liked. They're not even the guy that their wives like right now. Yeah, gotcha, didn't I? Yeah, I said it. They're not even the guys that their wives like right now. The wives are only there for comfort. They're only there for financial security. Yeah, that's it. That's it. A lot of these dudes, if you take a look at them, man, they look like, there was a movie. What was that movie called? Was it Misfits? They look like a ragtag crew, like a bunch of people that nobody would look at twice. These are guys that, if you look at the majority of politicians, these are guys that nobody would look at twice. I'm talking about the men. No woman would look at these dudes twice. But because they got this money and they got that power, they got that juice, then they can get some action. But usually, that come with a price. They got that, even Trump, Trump, what did he get caught up with? 200,000, 100,000, 150,000. Stormy Daniels paid an adult film actress 6 figures. There's a dude that's tricking and don't even know that it don't even cost that much. Stormy Daniels. Come on, man. It's a porn actress, man. How much does she make? She got to get to $100,000. How many films she got to do? You know what I'm saying? How many dudes is running up in her for $100,000 to get to $100,000? She probably had to do about 10 films in a row to get to $100,000. 10 films in a row, 100 dudes, and he paid her $150. But Stormy was probably like, look, I'm desperate, but I'm not that desperate. Come off it, Donnie. You got it. I want 150. Well, I'm not going to give you. Well, just do a little something. Let me see what you can do first, and I'll get Michael to pay you. We'll take it out of the campaign funds. Yeah, fam. Everywhere you look, man, tricking, just tricking left and right, tricking. Now listen, fam, ain't nothing wrong with taking care of a woman that you with, your woman. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And it ain't really nothing wrong with, spending a little bit with the woman that you with. But tricking, that's a different category. Yeah, that's desperate. Tricking. That's a dude who ain't got no game and he lead with his wallet. Just remember, and Trump found out the hard way. The way you get him is the way you lose him. This dude called his constituents dumb to their faces. And they laughed and cheered like the dummies they are. Absolutely amazing. First honest thing, however, first honest thing that I've heard him say in a long time. No more talk.